going on? So I wanted to do a stream because I didn't get a chance to talk about this earlier this morning, but I thought I'd do it now. And I wanted to talk about Skip Bayless and his obsession with Russell Westbrook, or subliminal or secret, racism. I've always thought this about Skip Bayless, and I stand by what I say, and I tell it right to Skip Bayless' face. I always have thought Skip Bayless was a racist, and I stand by that. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. But I think he is. Once I dug up that article he wrote about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar many moons ago, and then just watching him over the years say the little slick stuff he does towards, in particularly black athletes, at the end of the day, he tries to hide his cover, but it always tends to slip out. I've seen a lot of times guests come on there and he would always try to disrespect the brothers, where he would try to be cordial with the dudes from his own community. Now, for the black people that's going to try to cape for him, that's typical, because y'all love defending guys like him. But years and years, and then listening to Skip Bayless when he was doing radio before he got on TV, he would say some suspect stuff. And I don't care about him allegedly being raised by a black woman, which that doesn't mean anything. And him having Lil Wayne over his house, that doesn't mean anything. Even back in the slave days, the master always had his favorite Negro that he liked better than the other ones, that would get special privileges because he was the master's favorite. So that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't impress me. That's the type of mentality he has. And he always loved to come with these nicknames, these disrespectful nicknames. And then the thing is, and when people respond to him in an aggressive way, then he wants to do what a dude like him does. They want to play victim. Oh, why is he talking to me like this? Oh, why is he threatening me? But then he talk all that rah-rah stuff. If Russell Westbrook seen Skip Bayless on the streets, and you know what I'm saying, and he gave Skip Bayless the 6ix9ine treatment, I wouldn't care. Because for far too long, this dude has gotten away with doing this kind of stuff. And that tweet he put out the other day just brought up Russell Westbrook's name for no reason. But a lot of people call what Skip Bayless has towards brothers, they call it penis envy. That could be what it is, or Skip Bayless may want it, because there's been questions about Skip Bayless, and that's just real talk. Just brought up Russell Westbrook's name for no reason, referring to James Harden. All he had to do is say James Harden is having a really bad game. But then he decides to bring up Russell Westbrook for no reason. This dude got to understand, Russell Westbrook got children. He got a wife. And to get to the point where you make this personal, and they'll come on here, well, he don't like Aaron Rodgers that much. Well, he don't be constantly calling Aaron Rodgers out of his name. And just like he was calling Chris Bosh out of his name, calling him Boss Spice. But see, he wanted them dudes, he'll try to hide behind the media, on media and all this kind of stuff. And I don't want to hear this stuff about, oh, people need to have thick skin and people need to just ignore it. Now, after a while, it gonna get to the point to where you can't keep ignoring somebody, because then they questioning your manhood. Then they questioning you as a man. And that was a problem that, I had with a certain dude that I used to deal with. He didn't know how to have a simple discussion or a disagreement with trying to insult people and trying to disrespect them. But I always knew the dude was a punk anyway, and I never liked the dude. But like I said before, if we run into each other, just keep that same energy. I'm gonna see how tough you wasn't talking. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't talking all tough like that when I called you on the phone, but it's cool though. Just keep that same energy, because I know you a punk. But that's what people do. They think sometimes when you take the high road that they bullying you and that you afraid of them and stuff like that. When you just sitting up here, I'm gonna ignore the dude. I'm gonna give him a pass. But then the mistake, a lot of the reason why I made it to 48, because I don't underestimate nobody. Because there's always that one time that dude that might be scared of you. Yeah. And sometimes you don't want nobody scared of you. Because sometimes people that's afraid of you, they may react the quickest. Just because somebody afraid of you don't mean that they won't delete you. And them the kind of dudes you got to worry about the most. So I don't underestimate nobody. And that's real talk. I'm always prepared. But that's the thing with Skip Bayless. He's gotten away with that far too long. And I just see how disrespectful he is. Like I said, there was no reason to bring up Russell Westbrook's name. This man is on TV. Yes, I criticize athletes. I criticize other people. I pretty much stick to the subject at hand. I'm not going to randomly just make a video for no reason, just out the blue. Just talking about various different people. It's usually pertaining to the subject. It doesn't matter how much I like them or dislike them. I'm not just going to, for no reason, just bring up somebody's name. But yeah, Skip Bayless has just made it way too personal with Russell Westbrook. And it get to the point to where he trying to bully the dude. See, the thing is with him, he don't have no children. I know his brother don't like him. And that speaks volumes. When like his own brother said they don't get along. His brother said, you know, I ain't into sports like he is. And he said, we not the best of friends. When they say we not the best of friends, that means we don't like each other. And all the years of watching Skip Bayless, I can understand why. And Skip Bayless don't have me fooled. He a TV tough guy. I promise you, if you catch that dude by himself, I promise you if Russell Westbrook caught Skip Bayless by himself. Not talking about, Russell Westbrook could come on the show and I'll tell him to his face. Dude, you talking about come on the show in a building with security. Knowing that if Russell Westbrook lays you out, everybody gonna see it. And then the thing is, Russell Westbrook is in a bad position because it's a no-win situation. If he responds to Skip Bayless, he gonna be vilified. They gonna make him out to be the bad guy. But you constantly got this dude just demeaning him and questioning him as a... See, the stuff he said about Russell Westbrook is far beyond basketball. Now you question the dude as a man. And like I said before, this is a dude that got children. This is a dude that got a wife. And you just keep talking about this dude, bringing this dude up. Now, if Russell Westbrook was to comment and say, you know what, Skip, I don't know why I'm always on your mind, but Skip, I just want to tell you, I don't swing that way. I like women. Then all of a sudden, then you got people coming after Russell Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. So it's kind of like, dang. And these guys got to understand that. And I think Skip Bayless, the thing is, he knows he got two things in his favor why he could get away with doing that stuff. Because one, he's on TV and he's white. And then the problem is a lot of people play these games and say, hey, I don't think this is an issue of color and all this stuff. Of course it is. All that stuff about, hey, I'm not a racist because I got a black wife, or I'm not a racist because I got a black, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Easiest argument to debunk. And when I say that's the easiest argument to debunk, to where it's just laughable when people even try to go that route. Okay? And you got to understand, sometimes a lot of people think that because somebody is in an interracial marriage, they like that group as a whole. Some people get with women or men of other nationalities as a form of get back or payback or retaliation. Because that's how some of them white boys be thinking sometimes when they get with black women. Like they're getting even with us. But the funny thing is, a lot of times we don't care because, as I said before in other videos, well, we had them first. And we've been messing around with y'all women forever. Since we got off those ships. Forcefully. So, next. But just seeing this dude, Skip Bayless, just over the years, just watching him constantly demeaning these black athletes, calling them out their name, disrespecting them as athletes, as men. Like I said, Skip Bayless ain't never been on a professional basketball court in his life. Ain't never been on a football field in his life. Ain't never been in a boxing ring in his life. Ain't never been on a baseball field professionally in his life. And like I said before, we all can critique and criticize. But I'll talk about stuff within the compounds of the game. And I'll try not, unless it's one of them situations where I have to speak on something, then I'll do it. But I'm not going to constantly morning and just take shots at somebody because, well, it's the thing to do. If I make a video about somebody, I'm following up on a story. I'm not just going to randomly wake up and make a video saying, you know what, I don't like so-and-so, or just say, just constantly talking about somebody. But Skip Bayless constantly keep black athletes' name in his white mouth. People love to talk about somebody, need to ignore somebody. It ain't always that easy. And for people that love to pull that card, y'all need to shut up, especially y'all white people. Because like I said, y'all been showing y'all true hand. It's okay for y'all to talk about somebody until somebody respond. Y'all show a lot of y'all showed what was up with y'all when y'all was crying about a tweet with Kyrie Irving. When y'all was crying about that tweet. Didn't even say nothing. He just tweeted. And it caused a uproar, a fake uproar. Just like they don't know how to tone something down. Just like they were constantly pounding and trancing on Ja Morant. Which I'm glad Ja Morant is back. Just pounding on the guy. Just like for a dude that, like I said before, for a dude who technically hadn't been arrested for anything. Hadn't been arrested. But then they made this dude out to be like this dude was in the same category with Saddam Hussein or Russian President Putin. Just overblowing something. The damn weapon. But these are the same people how to fight back and forth in court over Second Amendment rights, over weapons, magazines, ammunition. But then these people act like they just horrified. And then the funny thing was, a lot of these dudes sitting up here trying to dry snitch like Shannon was trying to do. What Shannon Sharp showed what a true sucker he was trying to put a case on John Morant, because he got into it with John Morant's daddy and John Morant and goofy Dylan Brooks, and he was trying to put a case on John with that dry snitch. Weak. But this was the same dude that was crying, literally about to cry, when Skip Bayless was disrespecting him live on the air, saying that he was jealous of Tom Brady, a known cheat, narcissist, Tom Brady. But that's Skip Bayless for you. I couldn't be on that show because I know me. Because the stuff Skip Bayless be saying to people, or should I say, in particularly black athletes, it would have been on and popping. And I want to, and here's the thing that's so funny. Here's the thing that's so funny, the double standard. Why I know if Shannon Sharp or Russell Westbrook, if they seen Skip Bayless and they laid hands on him, they would be demonized. They would be called a thug. But you know what's so funny? You know what? I ain't even gonna tell you. I'm gonna save this for later on. I'm gonna do a video about this. I'm gonna let y'all see for y'all. I'm gonna let y'all see for y'all own eyes the double standard. I'm gonna try to do that video. Probably I'm gonna go cover the Jose Ramirez fight. But yeah, that man Skip Bayless' obsession with Russell Westbrook and black athletes. Yeah, like I said before, Skip Bayless don't have me fooled, because like I said, I've been knowing about Skip Bayless. See, a lot of y'all didn't see Skip Bayless till he got on TV. But see, I've been aware of Skip Bayless. When Skip Bayless was working for the San Jose Mercury News, when he lived in the Bay Area, when he used to be on the Ticket 1050 in San Francisco, every once in a while, he would be like a co-host. He'd fill in for some people who wasn't there. I think every once in a while he'd be on, I think he might fill in for Gary Ratnich. But I know Skip Bayless, every once in a while, he would serve as a co-host. And Skip Bayless would say some suspect stuff back then, like trying to disrespect black athletes. Always. The man always had an end for black athletes, and you could see it. And nobody cares, like I said, about him having guest host and all that stuff. You have to do it. You have to do it. And then the way this dude tries to disrespect these athletes like he's some first ballot Hall of Famer. Like he's somebody, like when he played hoop, he scored 25,000 points, won 5 MVPs, won finals MVP, and won like championships. The man never did nothing. Never accomplished nothing in his life on a professional level, not even on a collegiate level. But then this dude talks like he better than everybody. He shouldn't be taken serious based off the fact this dude was sitting up here like cheerleading for Tim Tebow. That should tell you all you need to know. Everybody knows that Tim Tebow was trash. Everybody saw all the reports, and Tim Tebow got chances. But Skip Bayless, Skip Clueless, was always caping for Tim Tebow. All the reports, even though he won the Heisman Trophy, was saying that Tim Tebow wasn't going to be a good professional quarterback because of his mechanics. But then this dude was trying to a certain degree, insinuate because he was a white Christian that people was discriminating against him and they didn't want him in the league. But isn't that the same reason why Mark Jackson can't get a job? Tim Tebow got more chances than Mark Jackson did, and the dude couldn't play. And it was just that simple about Tim Tebow. He couldn't play. He couldn't play. I was watching Tim Tebow when he was in college. He couldn't. You could just look at this dude and say, this dude is not going to be a good performer. So there you have it. And I feel bad for Russell Westbrook because he in a no-win situation. He just had, but that's the thing. He had to sit up there and take that disrespect. And like I said, Skip Bayless is a TV tough guy. I'll promise you. I'll promise you he ain't going to be talking tough like that if you say, what's happening, Skip? No cameras on. Let's go to the back of the alley. Oh, it's just TV. I do it just for ratings. Well, at the end of the day, at what cost? At what cost? But look what you're doing to me. You ruining my reputation and my name for ratings. So people can watch your show, hear you tear me down, and then you make extra money for tearing me down at the expense of my reputation. That's the problem. Like I said, and 7-8 made a good comparison. Skip Bayless is just like these goofy dudes that be on YouTube that be pranking people, just harassing people and saying it's just a joke. But at the end of the day, you filming yourself harassing people and you making money off this at the expense of humiliating them. And then when some of these dudes, when they ready to go upside your head, then all of a sudden you want to play the victim. Or you can't understand. But at the end of the day, you profiting off of harassing people. And some of these dudes be just flat out assaulting people. Throwing stuff at them. Holding them down. And like I said, and when one of these dudes get wasted, I don't want to hear nothing. Because it's going to happen again. One of them going to end up just like that dude in Tennessee. That played that knife prank. And he ended up getting deleted. But that's how Skip Bayless is. He think he have the right to. At the end of the day, man, you have a right to defend yourself. It's only so much silence you gonna have. When did it get to the point to where you ignore a person? Now it get to the point where this dude is like questioning me as a man. He trying to bully me. That's why Chris Rock got what was coming to him and what happened to him, because he just kept messing with Jada Pinkett. He kept like poking fun at her. Now, like I said, I ain't the biggest Jada Pinkett fan in the world. I don't really care for her at all because I don't think she's a good person. But at the same time, you just kept, you know what I'm saying? You just kept poking. You just kept poking the bear. You just kept poking the bear. And then you tried to do it on national TV. That joke was mean-spirited. He thought he could get away with it, and then when he got fire slapped from his butt, then all of a sudden, oh my God. So there you have it. But I just wanted to get that out there. Like I said, one of these days, somebody go catch Skip. And I just hope he had that same stance when the cameras ain't rolling. And I don't want to hear nobody talk about, oh, well, Skip Bayless is 70 years old. Well, Skip Bayless always talking about he in the gym and he work out, he take care of himself and all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't want to hear that. He be talking like he wanted. So I don't want to hear none of that stuff about he's 70 and all this kind of stuff. Because he the one, Skip Bayless be talking about he invited. Okay, cool. So when you get it, I don't want to hear nobody. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. And that's just real talk. I don't want to hear one word. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Out.